construction work.
That's correct. And the last snapper, who was the director of the FBI between 1924? Yes or no?
Hoover.
That's correct. Now we'll move on to 3 questions on history. Answer the following questions on English monarchs of the Middle Ages. Which monarch, the last Saxon king of England, was killed by an arrow through the eye at the battle? Yes, Martin?
Henry II.
That's incorrect. I'll finish it for St. Matthew's at the Battle of Hastings. Yes, Arnold?
Harold II.
That's correct. The short-lived House of Blois was comprised of only one monarch, who was the grandson of William the Conqueror. Yes, Arnold?
Stephen.
That's correct. Which monarch was the first Lancaster king? He was immortalized by Shakespeare in 2 plays. Yes, Dina?
Richard.
That's incorrect. Confederation? Do you have an answer? Daisy, Edit?
Which one?
No, that's incorrect. Henry IV. We'll move on now to 3 questions on epitaphs. A United States author, famous for her satiric humor and witty verse, wanted these epitaphs on her headstone. One was, involved in a plot, and the other, excuse my dust. She died in 1967. Who was she? The answer is Dorothy Parker. Second question on this category. A well-known film actor of the 30s and 40s said he wanted his tombstone to read, "Back to silence." Yes, Dina?
Charlie Chaplin.
That's incorrect. I'll finish the question for Confederation. In fact, it only contains his name and his birth and death dates. He is best known for his leading role in Gone with the Wind. Who was he? Yes, Eva? No, that's incorrect. That's his name is film, I think. Clark Gable was in it. And the last question in this category. And then there are others who insist that their resting place have no epitaphs at all. Who was the German-born physicist who specifically requested that his grave have no epitaph? Yes, Martin. I'm sorry?
Einstein.
That's correct. A 35-point team question. In this 2-part team question, whichever team is first to answer correctly the 5-point scramble in part 1 is ineligible for the remaining 10-point questions in part 2. Scramble for 5 points. What was the name of the Russian scientist who, in 1869, assembled the... Yes, Martin?
Pavlov.
That's incorrect. I'll finish it for St. Matthew's. Who assembled the periodic table of the elements?
Dmitri Mendeleev.
That's correct. St. Matthew's will not answer the following questions. You have the right to consult. Element 97 was named after California University, where many of the Transylvanian elements were discovered and studied. What's the university's name?
Berkeley.
That's correct. What element has the lowest boiling point and freezing point of any substance known?
Hydrogen.
No, the answer is helium. The last question, of the following 4 elements, which one is not classified as a metal? Selenium, tantalum, cobalt, mercury.
Selenium.
That's correct. Now we'll move on to a 40-point open question on famous Canadians. Which of the following men was not involved in the building of the CPR? Donald Smith, William McDougall, George Stephen. Yes,
William
Arnold?
McDougall.
That's correct. Identify the man who did not participate in the founding of Quebec. Sieur de Mont, Samuel de Champlain, Louis Hébert, or Étienne Rubin. Yes, Martin? That's correct. Who was not involved in the rebellion of 1837 in Upper Canada? William Lyon Mackenzie, Francis Bond Head. Yes, Daisy? William Lyon Mackenzie. That's incorrect. I'll finish the question for St. Matthew's. Henry Kelsey or John Stratton? Yes, Dina?
Henry Kelsey.
That's correct. Who did not take part in the pipeline debate of 1956? Louis Saint-Laurent, George Drew, C.B. Howe, or J.S. Wordsworth? Yes, Arnold?
J.S. Woodward.
That's correct. We'll now move on to a 20-point open question on history. This substance is formed when metals or bases combine with acids. Among its most common forms are potassium nitrate, magnesium sulfate, and... Yes, Arnold?
Salt.
That's correct. What is the name given to a mixture of 2 or more metallic elements? Yes, Martin?
Alloy.
That's correct. Shrine of Confederation. Aluminum Company of Canada.
Alco.
I didn't hear that.
Louder, please. No.
No, that's incorrect. Dino?
Outcast.
Yes, that's correct. Martin, Sydney Steel Corporation.
Cisco.
No. Glenn?
Cisco.
That's correct. Daisy, Dominion Tar and Chemical Company. No, Arnold?
Donta.
That's correct. A reminder, there's no consultation during these questions. Eva, Consolidated Mining and Smelting Company. No, Stephen, did you answer?
Cosmos.
Cominco. Now we'll give a chance to St. Matthews, beginning with Dino. International Nickel Company. All right. Glenn, Canadian Iron Limited.
CIL.
No, Martin. Cameron. Arnold, Dominion Foundries and Steel.
Dominion. Dominion.
No. Daisy? That's correct, 5 points. Canadian Forest Products. Stephen? Eva, would you have an answer? That's correct, for 5 points. 30-point open question on biblical cities. Identify the following cities. Name the Syrian capital city where Paul... Yes, Arnold?
Damascus.
That's correct. Which small town in the Roman province of Galilee was the home of Christ during his youth? Eva? Bethlehem. That's incorrect, Dino?
Nazareth.
That's correct. Name the city in present-day Iraq whose name means Gate of God and in which...
Baghdad.
No, I'll finish it for Confederation, in which the Tower of Babel was located. Martin?
Babylon.
That's correct. 40-point snap break to the end of the round. What is the capital of the Bahamas? Arnold?
Nassau.
That's correct. Who named Victoria Falls in Africa? Eva? Producers? That's incorrect.
That's correct. She
Oh,
got it
that's a
right.
producer.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. How many horses have won the Kentucky Derby more than once? Eva? None. That's correct. What 1953 cowboy movie starred Alan Ladd and Brandon Wild? Yes, Stephen?
Billy the Kid.
No, that's incorrect. Confederation? Shane. Okay, we'll have a 1-minute break until round 2. The score is St. Matthews 170, Confederation 70 points. We will begin round 2 with a 40-point snap start. Who won an Oscar as Best Actor for his role in The Goodbye Girl? Richard Dreyfuss. Whose epitaph reads, "If you seek his monument, look around you"? Arnold?
Thomas Edison.
Oh, that's incorrect. Confederation? Eva? Einstein? Sir Christopher Wren. In mythology, who is the mother of Castor and Pollux? Yes, Stephen?
Gaia.
No? Daisy? No, the answer is Rita. In Edmund Spenser's poem The Fairy Queen, to whom does the title refer? Eva? His girlfriend? I don't know, maybe she was. Arnold?
Victoria.
Oh, Queen Elizabeth first. 40-point, what are they? Question. This question is worth 40 points if you guess the answer on the first clue, and 10 points less with each succeeding clue until either team answers. For 40 points, they consist of a wooded archipelago with a total land area of about 4,000 square miles. What? Yes, Martin?
The Galapagos Islands.
No, that's incorrect. St. Matthews, your guess?
South Morgan. South Morgan.
No. The second clue. They are mountainous except for the largest in the group. What are they? Martin?
White Islands.
No, that's incorrect. Arnold?
The Arctic Islands.
No, that's incorrect. Third clue. The largest of them, is called Graham. What are they?
Charles.
That's correct. 30-point open questions on explorers and sailors in Newfoundland waters. Who was the explorer who surveyed much of the confusing and dangerous waters of the Gulf of St. Yes, Martin?
Capo.
No, I'll continue for St. Matthews. The Gulf of St. Lawrence with the British Admiralty from 1762 to 1769. answer is Captain James Cook. Who was the adventurous missionary who founded the deep sea mission to Labrador in 1892? Glenn?
Grenfell.
That's correct. Which Newfoundland community became the center for Grenfell's work and the site of a major hospital? Martin?
Gandalf.
No, that's incorrect.
Goose Lake.
No, St. Anthony. Now we move on to the 30-point open question on the heart. Name the two most... I'm sorry?
It's okay.
Name the two most major vessels carrying the oxygenated blood. Yes, Martin?
The aorta and
The oxygenated blood to the heart, St. Matthews. Dino?
the aorta and the vena cava.
No.
No, the inferior in having superior to the heart. The systole is the phase in the heart's beating in which the ventricles contract. Name the phase in which the ventricles, yes, Stacy? Diastole? That's correct. Inflammation of the heart muscle is known technically by what term? Yes, Dino? No. Myocarditis. Oh, I forgot.
I did Confederation. I get a chance. We'll give them a question at the.
40-point open question on physics now. Identify the physical constant represented by the following numbers and units. 2.9979,
The speed of light.
that's correct. 9.807 meters per second squared. Stephen?
Force of gravity.
No.
Confederation? Acceleration due to gravity. 6.670 times 10 to the negative 11th. Yes, Arnold?
Molar mass.
No. I'll finish it for Kula? No. Gravitational constant. Last one in this category, 1.0132 times 10 to the 5th newtons per meter squared. The standard atmosphere. We'll now move on to an assigned question on Canadian art. In this question, each member is assigned a 10-point question. If you miss your question, then your counterpart in the opposing team will have a chance at it for 5 points. I'll give you the title of a well-known Canadian work of art. You give me the name of the artist. Shall I give St. Matthews this time?
No, the top team.
Top 10?
Yep.
Confederation, beginning again with Brian. Who painted the country store? Did you have an answer?
John Thompson.
A.J. Casson. Martin, Gypsy Head.
Thompson.
Len? Frederick Varley. Daisy, the Habitant Farm. Jackie? No, that's incorrect. Arnold?
The Duke.
No, Cornelius Grigor. Eva, the Walking Woman. Stephen? Michael Snow. Now we'll begin with St. Matthews. Again, I'll begin with Dino. Above Lake Superior. That's incorrect, Brian. Lauren Harris. Glen the Drive.
John Thompson.
That's correct. He perseveres. Hound in Field. Arnold.
J.H. McDonough.
No. Stephen? No, Alex Colville. And Stephen, the Red Maple.
Carr.
No, Eva? Jackson? That's right. Okay, 30-point open question on history and geography. Norman Wells is an oil town, often mentioned in news dispatches. It's just south of the Arctic Circle, but in what river is Norman Wells? Yes, Glenn?
Mackenzie.
That's correct. In 1928, Eileen Bullock made Canadian aviation history when she accomplished 2 things. Eileen is credited with 2 aviation firsts in Canada. Name one of them. Martin?
Crossing Lake Ontario.
No, that's incorrect.
Crossing Atlantic Ocean.
No, she was the first woman to obtain a pilot's license and the first to take off and land on Tony Clipper's skis. In 1976, Sylvia Burka won the World Speed Skating Championship in a town named Jurvik. She was the first Canadian to win that title. In what country did she win? Martin?
Russians.
That's correct. Who wrote Childe Harold's Progress? Lord Byron. What phenomenon was caused by the mythical river Lethe? Do you know? No? Forgetfulness. Where do you gather Irish moss? Martin? No, that's incorrect. Glenn?
In the ocean.
Yeah.
No, in the
Yeah,
sea.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would you accept that?
Yeah,
Yes.
same thing. But one more question, I think, for Confederation. The first tiebreaker.
All right. This is for Confederation only. In what year was the Battle of Austerlitz fought? Yes, Anna? 1805. Okay, we'll take 1 minute break before round 3. The score is St. Matthew's 260 points, Confederation 85 points. 40 points now start to begin round 3. What sign of the zodiac falls between October 24th and November 22nd? Yes, Stephen?
Sagittarius.
That's incorrect. Confederation? Taurus? No, Scorpio. In 1867, where were Custer's troops massacred by... Yes, Martin?
Georgia.
That's incorrect. You know?
Little big one.
That's correct. Which Canadian horse won 2 of the 3 races in the Triple Crown? Eva?
Algiers?
No, that's incorrect. Northern Dancer. Name the racetrack where the Kentucky Derby is run. Yes, Anna?
Kentucky Blue Cross.
The Hutch Hill Downs. 35-point team question. In this 2-part team question, whichever team is first to answer correctly, the 5-point scramble question in part 1 is then eligible for the remaining 10-point questions in part 2. Scramble for 5 points. What was the name given to the conflict in the North American sector during the War of the Spanish Succession? Yes, Dino?
French Canadian Wars.
No, that's incorrect. Confederation, get an answer? Martin?
Anglo-French War.
No, Queen Anne's War. We'll open up the remaining question on wars to both teams. In 1713, the treaty that ended the war was named...
Treaty of Utrecht.
Yeah, close enough. Utrecht.
That's where.
Yeah, okay, I know.
What was the collective name for the series of conflicts in North America lasting from 1689 to 1763? Yes, no.
French Canadian Wars.
That's correct. The British named 3 of the 4 conflicts of the French-Indian Wars after reigning monarchs. Give all 3 royal first names. Arnold?
George. Henry and Edward.
No, that's incorrect. Confederation? They are King William's War, Queen Anne's War, and King George's War. 40-point open question on world capitals. What is the capital of Yugoslavia?
Belgrade.
That's right. Somalia. Arnold? Confederation? Mogadishu. I don't even know if I said that right. Barbados? Ella? That's correct. Ecuador? Arnold?
Quito.
That's correct. 30-point open question now on mathematics. Solve the following quick calculation problems. What is 2 to the power of -2? Yes, Brian?
1/4.
That's correct. What is 1 over 0.05? Stephen?
2.
That's incorrect. Confederation? Martin? That's correct. What is the log to base 8 of 2? Stephen?
3.
That's incorrect. Confederation? Martin?
-3.
1/3. 40-point open question now on the weather. What is the proper word weather forecasters use to describe a violent snowstorm with icy winds? Martin?
Blizzard.
That's correct. In Canada, it's a warm, dry wind that blows... Yes, Arnold?
No.
That's correct. Next, a short word to describe moisture deposited on objects close to the ground. Yes, Martin? That's correct. Another short word describes low cloud with visibility reduced. Yes, Ava? Fog? That's correct. Now we'll have a 160-point snap out to the end of the game. What is the correct name for the stem of a leaf? Martin? 2 Championship for St. Matthew's, 8, 12, or 16,000 meters? 8 meters. Name industrialist Henry Ford's eldest son. Yes, Tina?
Edsel.
That's correct. Who is next in line to the throne following Queen Elizabeth? Yes, Arnold?
Prince Charles.
That's correct. Name the U.S. national anthem. Arnold?
Starting with stripes.
That's incorrect. Eva? Stars by the River. That's correct. Gibraltar is a colony of what kingdom?
Great Britain.
Yeah.
So we ask another one?
I thought Dino got it. Yeah.
I read the question wrong.
No. You got it.
Who was the president of France in 1987? Arnold?
Francois Mitterrand.
That's correct. Who wrote the 6 Brandenburg concertos? Dino?
Johann Sebastian Bach.
That's correct. Who was the first lieutenant governor of Ontario? Martin? That's correct. In what year was Julius Caesar assassinated? Martin?
42 BC.
That's correct. That's the end of the game. The score is 380 points for St. Matthews and 185 for Confederation.
Good game. Okay, thanks a lot. Same place on Friday. We need representatives for both teams to give the question facts. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Norton.